Hey guys, welcome back. So today I am writing the recipe to make a India Pale Lager tomorrow. So I just kind of decided to make this mainly because I had some San Francisco lager yeast in my refrigerator that I needed to use. And, you know, summer drinking, lagers, they go hand in hand. So yeah, I'm hoping this will be done in less than a month so I can actually drink it because we're getting through my stout and I haven't racked my NEPA that I made yet, but it'll go quick, I'm sure. So let's check out what an India Pale Lager should be, an example of a recipe, and get our hops and malts figured out. Okay, so I am opening up Brewfather and we're just gonna make a new recipe. So I'm actually gonna brew on my claw hammer system tomorrow and do a full electric brew, mainly because it is hot outside. So I'm actually gonna brew right here. I think I have devised a scheme to make it all work. Pumps are involved because there's no sink in here. Brewfather doesn't have a claw hammer profile, so what I usually use is the Grainfather 110, and I just edit it to not make it a 6 gallon. I make it a 5, so it'll actually let's do 5.5. 5.5 so that it'll fit in my keg, and we're gonna choose a style. Let's see if IPL comes up. Nope. Alright, so we have some things to sort through. Okay, so before we set our style, let's go to Beer and Brewing and see how to make our best IPL. Okay, so what I've gathered from the Beer and Brewing article on how to make your best India Pale Lager, which I'll link to below, basically you want to get kind of one of the lager essence to come through. So we're not going to do a dry hop. I don't like dry hopping anyway. It's something I have to think about after I'm done brewing, so I'm not a fan. So we're not going to dry hop. We're just going to do, I'll do some bittering and then some late addition hops to kind of get the, IPA tropical hoppiness to come through. I'm going to do half and half Pilsner and 2-row. Beer and Brewing suggested Maris Otter and Munich, or Maris Otter and Pilsner, or Munich and Pilsner. So do with that what you will. I don't think I'm going to do any additional malts other than that. It's going to be super, super clean malt bill. Just really simple. I love simple. One of the main things I want to do with this beer is get rid of some of my freezer hops. So I am running out of freezer space and I just got an Instapot, so I'm like super about meal prep right now, so I need to clear out some space. And I should probably just get another refrigerator, but I don't think our circuits will work. If you notice the light changing, it's because we have brownouts here in Los Angeles, so yeah. All right, so what I have in my freezer for hops is Jarillo, or Yarillo, Pekko, Simcoe, Amarillo, and Azacca. So I think I want to use Pekko. Pekko's kind of more of an herbally juniper sage kind of hop, recommended to use for bittering. So I think that's a great thing to do with it. These are all whole cone hops. So like this is a lot, but it's not nearly that much. And I have in my Brewfather inventory how much I actually have. So going back to the style, I think what style I'm going to put it on is just like American lager or something. I don't know. Let's just do American lager. Why not? It's going to be a really light colored beer, so that should do it. I'm going to add my 2-row. And let's just start with 5 pounds, and then I'm going to do 5 pounds of Pilsner. And I don't think, I actually have Rahr. Actually, I should change these all to what they actually are. Rahr, Pilsner. And then Rahr 2-row. Okay, so that gets us to 4.7%, and I'm gonna go ahead and bump my 2-row up to 6 pounds just because I'm paranoid. And I'm always afraid that I'm gonna get a really low ABV beer with no flavor. Okay, so we've got 11 pounds of malt. I'm gonna do RO water. I'm doing no sparge. Obviously, I never do. Looks like I might need to add a little lactic in my mash. It's not my default water. I'm gonna use RO. Let's see a target profile. American lager, let's do it. I love a good American lager. I'll drink a Budweiser any day. So that gives us our water additions, 0.5 gram of calcium chloride, 1.4 of Epsom, and 0.8 of gypsum, so not much. If you're in Brewfather and you want to take out your sparge, you have to do it up in the equipment profile. And how I do it, which may not be correct, 7, that's what I always add. Max sparge water 0.1, that's what I always do. That will change this. We're actually gonna use 7 gallons of mash water, mainly because the screen holds up the malt in this system. Okay, so we've got our grain, our water additions. Now for the hops, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw in my San Francisco lager yeast in here. I'm not gonna even bother making a starter. Maybe I should. This is a little expired. All right, I'm gonna make a starter this afternoon then. Just like a vitality starter, so it doesn't have to do the whole rigmarole. All right, so White Lab, San Francisco lager yeast, save. That actually knocked our ABV estimation down, which is interesting. Okay, so hops. Pekko, so I have 5 ounces of Pekko. Unfortunately, I don't think I can get rid of all of it in one beer, but I'm just gonna do that at 1 ounce at 60. No. Man, that's 18.6 alpha acids. We're gonna do 1 ounce at 30. Okay, so nope, we're gonna do less than that. We're gonna do 0.5. Let's see what 0.5 does. Nope. Oh, well, you know what? We're going for an IPL, not an actual American lager, so I think we can push past these IBU boundaries a little bit. So we're going to stick to the 0.5 at 30. And then, so Amarillo is very sticky. It's kind of banana and spicy. I'm not looking for that. I had too much in that other banana-y beer that I made. So what we're gonna do is do some Amarillo and Azacca for our actual like hoppy flavor. So Amarillo is lemon, orange, grapefruit, florally citrus kind of deal. And then Azacca is tropical, mango, pineapple. So we should get kind of like a very tropical smoothie kind of vibe from these two in collaboration. So we're gonna do a lot of late additions to get. I really love a hoppy nose in an IPL, but like I love a clean beer. So we're gonna try to combine those two things and just give a ton of hops on the nose, but also have a very clean, clear, crisp lager. This is Azacca. So Azacca whole cone, and we're gonna start out with 1 ounce at 5. Actually, let's do 2 ounces at 5. And then Amarillo, we are going to do 2 ounces at Whirlpool. Sure. I'm literally just making this up as I go. All right, so we got a 45 IBU. So how I actually do my IBUs when I make IPAs is I try to kind of match my, like say I have a 1.053 OG, I'll try to hit around 53 IBUs. That kind of, it seems balanced to me. I've read somewhere that you can do that, and it works. Don't know where I read it. It's kind of just ingrained in me at this point. So I think I might bump this up, but again, we have a lower ABV estimated, so maybe I'm just going to add 1 ounce of Azacca in the hop stand. Why not? I'm sure it will be lovely. So we've got 5-minute hop stands at who knows what temperature. Let's do 194. I don't know if that'll change anything. Oh, but I gotta make sure this is the right Amarillo. Oh, I used the wrong Amarillo. So Amarillo, we need to use the whole cone one and not the other. And 5 minutes. And 194. There's so many options. Okay, so our IBU is now at 54. That's great. So we've got 0.5 of Pekko for bittering at 30, 2 ounces of Azacca at 5, 2 ounces of Amarillo at a 5-minute hop stand at 194, 1 ounce of Azacca at the same hop stand. I'm going to change my fermentation temperature. We're going to do a 55-degree lager for 2 weeks, and then we can ramp for, say, 5 days. So we're going to ramp it up to a higher temperature, say like probably 65, just to keep clearing out the beer, making it as clean as possible, letting the yeast eat all the diacetyl and stuff. And this is not a ale, so I should not even have that. Edit. I don't know why that's whatever. 55, ramp 5 days, save. Okay, so I am brewing this beer tomorrow. I've got to go get my water still and just kind of prepare. We're doing something a little different tomorrow with the chilling system because I have no water in here. Well, I hope this kind of gave you an insight into how I craft a beer, especially one I've never made before. It's easy. There's no reason to be afraid of making your own recipe. If you do your fermentation like within the bounds of the yeast, so you're not getting too hot, and if you're just generally hitting the numbers you're plugging into your program, whether it be Brewfather or Beersmith, you're most likely going to come out with an all right beer. It'll at least be drinkable. The only time I've ever made undrinkable beers are infections and like really, really, really high fermentation temperatures, which can give you crazy off flavors. But yeah, it's easy, and you should do it. Well, I hope you like this video. Like and subscribe. Please ignore the Berliner Weiss that is happening. That's a different video for a different day. Just want to let you guys know that we have memberships open for the channel. You can get all the videos early, and obviously I'm doing shout outs because I'm about to shout out to our newest member, Valentin Podriznik. Thank you so much for supporting me. I'm attempting to open a completely independent brewery, no investors, no nada. So every dollar counts. I really appreciate all of you who are supporting, and I hope that you can someday drink my beer commercially. I will see you next time.